Hello, welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to be talking about brushes. If you come up here, you see this little icon. This is your brush. When you have this selected, just know that your pencil is going to be painting with a brush. If you have it selected on Smudge, your pencil is going to be smudging. Pretty simple. And if you have it on Eraser, your pencil is going to be erasing. So, pretty straightforward, but it gets a little bit more complex. When you tap on the brush again, it's going to open up your brush library. This is where you're going to see all of the built-in Procreate brushes that come standard with the app. If you scroll up, you will see any brush packs that you've imported. So you may or may not have imported any of these brush packs yet, but as a free member of Visual Tribe, you can go over into the free download section and snag some cool brushes that you can import right away. You might want to take a minute to do that now, or you can do that after this lesson is over. Here you can see I have, quite a bit of brushes. A lot of these are ones that I've created, but I do have some other packs from other Tribe creators that are available in the Pro download section of Visual Tribe. For the sake of this example, I'm going to be checking out my Dream Paints brushes. So here I have Carver selected. Pretty cool. I love this brush. It's great for doing, outlines, getting rough sketches, and even color blocking in when you're working on a painting. A cool part about the brush engine is that you can select a different brush for each one of these settings. So if I have a really nice soft brush that I enjoy using as a smudge brush, I can have that selected here. And when I switch back and forth between my brushes, I don't have to keep resetting that. It'll continue to memorize what brush I had selected for smudge. Same goes for eraser. You might want a big, chunky eraser so you don't have to fidget with it too much. So no matter what you're drawing, you know that when you pull up the eraser, you can take a section out and you don't have to, go in and choose your brush and make sure that you're not using a really small one. This is a cool way that Procreate remembers the brushes that you used in each section. So let's imagine that you are using this brush and you want to erase, but you don't want to go into your eraser and scroll through and find the same brush that you're using here. What you can do while you have your brush selected is tap and hold on the eraser. That's going to select your current brush as the eraser brush. Now you can see when I go to erase, it's erasing with the same brush that I used to paint. Here you can adjust the size of the brush. That's not going to be carried over from the other brush. So if we have our brush selected and we crank up the size to the max, when we come over to the eraser, it's not going to be the same size. We will still have to adjust the size and the opacity of each brush. If you're using the eraser on something less than 100% opacity, or if the brush that you're using as an eraser is soft, it might not erase the full stroke with your eraser. You might have to pick it up and place another eraser mark to keep erasing that line. This can be useful if you're trying to achieve a different look or texture and you don't want to outright fully erase. Otherwise, you'll want to have your size up wherever relevant and your opacity set to 100. That way you can erase with ease. Here in some of these wispy clouds, you can see that, I made large sweeping brush marks and I came back with the eraser and, carved out some of these lines. This is another cool way you could use the eraser as not only to fix mistakes, but as a tool to help carve out your painting and get some pretty cool effects. The next important thing about brushes is going to be the brush studio. So here's your brush library, and when you tap on a brush and tap on it a second time, you're going to be brought to the brush studio. Here you have options to customize every facet and area of the brush, how it behaves with the pencil, how it behaves on the canvas, and so on and so forth. If you want a very, very deep dive into the brush studio, you can join Visual Tribe Pro and get the custom brushes course. In that course, I go through absolutely everything, teach you how to make whatever kind of brushes you want, And I do tons of demonstrations to show you how to make a paintbrush, a texture brush, pattern brushes, color brushes, 3D brushes, and so on and so forth. But for what you need to know now, you can come to About This Brush and press Reset if you change the brush and you don't like how it turned out. Here you can change the name and even make a little signature if you created your own brush. Speaking of, to create your own brush, simply press on the plus sign right up there at the top, and you're brought here into the brush window where you can adjust the brush and create whatever you want. So that's pretty much all you need to know about brushes inside Procreate. There's obviously a lot more to learn if you want a deeper dive, but I don't want to waste a ton of your time in this course. I want to get down to the nitty-gritty, show you exactly what all of these things do so you can start creating art and experimenting as soon as possible. In the next lesson, we're going to talk about the colors window, color panels, color palettes, harmonies, and much more. See you in the next one.